Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo, and I am here on early Sunday afternoon for one of the most hectic days of recording that I've done in a long time. Jojo's double feature, Vinland. Hibike I actually recorded yesterday so that it would be a little bit less load, and then Chihayafuru. Jojo's is currently uploading. Finished that up. Haven't done the manga thing yet. Gonna get to that at some point. But in the meantime, while JoJo's is uploading, I'm going to take this opportunity to watch me some Vinland Saga. So, Vinland Saga episode 4 has finally aired. It has been a nice long break since then. I went back and skimmed through the previous episodes to get a little refresher on what's going on. We are currently in the middle of what feels like an extended prologue as we follow Thorfinn and his badass dad, Tors, on a little quest that they're going on, that they've been sort of required to do, like no choice. But seems like Tors has now walked into an ambush, and things might get a little bit bad here. As in, I expect him to die at some point. I don't think Tors is a character that's going to live very long. He seems like a dead father, like dead man walking. So I expect him to die this episode or the next episode, and then for us to time skip to adolescent Thorfinn. Is it okay? I know it's Tors. It's got like more of a t than a th, but I'm not sure if it's Thorfinn or Thorfinn. I assume. I mean, it's son of Tors, right? So it should be the same, but it might have changed the pronunciation. I don't know. Regardless, the show's pretty good so far. We'll see if the production changes at all, or if they improve on anything. That would be really nice. If there were some improvements to it, that would be cool. I don't know what they would improve on, but hey, maybe we'll notice something really awesome. Not super duper ultra exceptional or like jaw dropping in terms of production and animation. I think, but I know that the story is supposed to be extraordinarily solid, and so I can totally overlook that. It's beyond good enough. It hits the bar and then goes past it. All right, I'm blathering. Yeah, it is pretty good. Let's watch more of it. We'll see. Decide if I want to keep going. I assume I'm probably gonna want to keep going with the show. I don't see myself dropping this at any point. So episode 4 of Vinland Saga. Only the second reaction or recording to Vinland Saga because of the triple feature startup thing. Really weird way of releasing your show, but all right. I have episode 4 up and ready to go. It is at 0 seconds, so I'm currently looking at the beginning of the twin engine logo start. Yeah, it's at 0 seconds. There will be a picture-in-picture version of this reaction video if you want to watch that one. It won't have any discussion in it, but it'll be there. You can find it in the description. Time-based version will be up on YouTube as usual. It will have discussion at the end, anything I decide I want to talk about, and it'll have a beep beep timer at the beginning if you want to sync up with your own version of Vinland Saga. I'm using horrible subs as usual because it's just the easiest and fastest release to grab. Yeah, so if you want to sync up, I want to get that video ready because the beep beep timer is going right here. Let's do this. Nice, Sue. Vroom. I think I like the Mappa version better. The only difference is the logo. Just the Mappa's logo is cleaner to me. A True Warrior is the title. So just watching in awe as Tors demolishes. Yeah. Yeah. No. Do you really want to do that? Wow. Okay. Okay. That was Dope Socks McMuffins right there. That's what that was. Oh my. He's fighting barehanded against a like small army. By God. A real warrior indeed. He's that guy. Have none of you learned? Oh, Berserker guy. Oh, he already ate the mushrooms, right? Yeah. Bjorn. All right, Bjorn the Berserker. Arr. That was a great cut because it implies that he's knocking down Bjorn, but of course he's not. Thorfinn's like completely in control. I'm sorry, Tor's completely in control there. Control of the audio. We'll talk about that. Timer 157. Yo. Truly berserk. Ruh-roh. According to legend, should feel little pain, be extraordinarily aggressive. Just boop him on the snoot. It'll be fine. Like that. I'm sure he'll get back up. I guess he won't get back up. Okay, he got back up. Where are we now? Hmm. 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 Is that Bjorn? Yup. Did he just get yeeted? Whoosh. Holy shit. Yeah. Fuck your plank. It's gotta be trickery that takes him down, if anything. And into the OP we go. Now, if I remember correctly, I really like this OP. And it's by a band that I recognized. Is it the band that did Banana Fish? I think it is. Yeah, Survive Said the Prophet. I heard Digi's take on this, and he was like, "It sucks. It's not hard metal. Fuck off. It's fine. It's a good song." What a smirk. Hmm. Well, there's that trickery. Yeah, so did Anakin. I'm sorry, no, that's not right at all. So did Obi-Wan, and he won. Just messed up a Star Wars reference. Time to die. Yes. Trust in Tors. Yeah. Let's follow the real warrior. Does seem that way. Right. You have things to protect, especially your son. Right. You can't fight without abandon. Or with abandon. You know what I mean. Hmm. Smart. There's no reason for him to honor that, though. That would have been his choice for a champion, right? Not because of your fighting prowess. I can smell it. A cool use of CG. Okay, then. You want to bet his blades are poisoned? It's a trap. Now he realizes that the noose is already closing around him. Alright, Thorfinn? Hmm. Then you'll lose. What are you fighting for? We'll see. We'll see, we'll see. Just stop and wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa! Alright. Now that was a clever use of CG. Of a gorgeous dynamic camera. Wow, 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 wow. We're gonna watch that again. Timestamp 1019. I guess his blade isn't poisoned. But he is fast. Wow, that drained him though. He has a limitation on that. Can't do that as many times as he wants. Plus that. See how he's rotating slightly? It's clever. Very clever. I don't know, man. Did that leave a That left an indentation in his blade. Wow, he's fast. The use of slow-mo post-impact is kind of unique. It's pretty cool. Will an archer fire without orders? Ugh. And his blade is untouched. Maybe. He broke it on his armor? Oh, that was the opportunity he was waiting for. Oh! Oh! All right. Hi, Bjorn. He's tired of bloodshed. Oh. Mmm. Mmm. It's not about the sword, it's about war. Seemed pretty serious to me. Oh, hi, Bjorn. Ah. Now you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now a hostage standoff. Shit. He's offering himself in exchange for his son. And fire. Fuck! And now the duel will never end. He remains standing. Wow. Nah, little bro. Nah. Incredible voice acting work. Damn. But he still died. That's an answer you're gonna have to find for yourself. Grief to rage. Hmm. Wow. Without a sword. It eats at him, doesn't it? He knows he just killed someone infinitely better than he is. Hey, buddy. Watch out for me. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, you're laughing. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Should be. But not yet. He's gotta be way too weak now. Rage isn't everything. Again, incredible voice acting. No, he won't. Very fluid CG camera movement. Pretty gorgeous. And that's the end. And the end of Taurus. Well, guys, sometimes it really sucks to be right. Like, there's no way the story moves on with Taurus alive, so he has to die, either in this episode or the next, or whatever the corresponding chapters in the manga are. It's necessary for the story, and we knew it was going to happen. Which, in a way, kind of makes it more impressive that I felt it as much as I did. It means that the execution was really solid, and I think that this episode was really solid. In fact, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that regardless of plot points, regardless of the impact of what happened, I think that the production and restraint displayed in the use of tricky stuff with camera stuff in this episode was impressive, quite impressive. And I think that the production in this episode was extremely impressive. There are a lot of little bits and pieces, and I won't be able to get to all of them in this discussion, but we can cover a few little things that add up to make this pretty incredible. So, okay. I put 157 down. I don't know what that was. I think that's when he jumps across. Huh, that took longer than I expected. It's actually a bit further back than I thought it was, about 20 seconds. So I kept going further into the episode, and that was the wrong move, because it was actually in the past. It's the scene when Bjorn first berserkerifies up. What we've just seen, it's 128. we've just seen Thor's just sort of slowly, unstoppably walking forward, always walking toward the camera, and then we just get these impacts, and we get this very classic, like, hit all 4 guys and they're still falling before any of them hit the ground. You've already dispatched all the rest. So good, so classic. And then there's a judicious use of slow motion. It's weird to call it slow motion because usually that's referring to actually taking film stock and like slowing it down, but in this case it's animated slower. As there are more frames in between, right? Yeah. So we get him just slow-mo badass walking and just brutally dispatching these guys. But as we find out later, he does not kill a single one of them very intentionally. Thors is not a man of violence. He's one who can fight, though, and he will if you make him. There are some gorgeous, like, little bits of camera movements that add to the impacts and actions here. Like, as this guy swings down, we get this cut of the sword swing and the bam, and then we move to the next guy. And as he, yeah, oh, okay, it's not as he swings down. It's as he gets punched, we jitter this way. Yeah, okay, that's cool. I think there's a similar jitter here when he lands this next hit. Static, static, boom, yeah. Every punch rocks the camera. It's a little thing that adds a lot of weight. See, even when he grabs the haft of that axe, there's an impact jitter to it. The choreography and like layout of this fight scene is pretty darn clear. I mean, he's walking on a straight path down this longboat, so it's pretty easy to keep it consistent. But we see all of these shots from what would be, I think, Thor's perspective, or close to it. So there's a consistency in it, even as he dispatches people all around him. And then it's intercut with, just like the timing of all of these cuts is so good. It's not something that I could say, like, yeah, 30 milliseconds on this one and 2 seconds on this one. I wouldn't be able to break it down like that, but when you watch through it, the flow is just right. There's never a point where I'm wondering what Ashalot is thinking about what Thors is doing, or I'm wondering what Thorfinn is thinking. I feel like I understand the entire scenario as it plays out, and that's, I don't know, I think that's a testament to the quality on display here. There's also just fantastic sound design. Like, not only are the hits and the crunches and stuff meaty and weighty and crackly and visceral, but there's also, like, care put into every piece of Foley here. When he bops this guy's the pommel of this guy's sword, there's a metallic clang to it. Ting. And then this gut punch with the and the sounds like a gut punch. There's an audible gasp of air as the wind is knocked out of this guy. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And that's consistent throughout. And then some of these, I just closed it because I suck. And then some of these impacts are just gorgeous. Look at that. And the camera serves the action. He passes by us, right? So when we see something pass across the frame, we usually expect a cut so that we can continue the action, right? But instead what we get is he gets to the edge of the frame and then gets pushed back by Thorfinn's fist. Like that. And it holds for a second so that we can register it happening, and then whoosh, just becomes a blur. Hold. Jitter. Close up of the eye. Shoof. Tumble. Gorgeous. So then we have the awakening. And here. All right. We need sound for this. Scream. Okay. Did you catch it? Did you catch what happened there? What have we seen for the last minute and a half? We have seen Thorfinn in absolute control, right? He is completely in control of the situation. Everyone who comes at him might as well be a sandbag, right? And now we have this guy who's been built up to be something special. He's a berserker, right? Okay, great. A challenge for Thorfinn. I keep calling him Thorfinn. Thors. A challenge for Thors. You know what I mean. Crap. But Thors is in control. And specifically, he's in control of the episode. Now this is the thing. In directing, you can choose whether your characters control the flow of the episode. I just watched a video on this. John Wayne control of... Yeah. I think this is it. Alright, I'm pretty sure it was a video by Cold Crash Pictures called Headcanon, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love John Wayne. Hey, post-recording here. I went and checked again because I was pretty sure that I was wrong about it being by Cold Crash Pictures, and I'm right, I was wrong about it being Cold Crash Pictures. The actual video was by Now You See It. It's called There Will Be Blood, Vocal Control in Movies, and I would highly recommend checking it out, along with the rest of the Now You See It channel, because it's really good film video stuff. Cold Crash Pictures videos are also pretty good. Found that guy pretty recently, and it's got some good stuff. So check the both of them out. Yay! I'm not positive, it might be a different video. But in any case, it's a video essay that goes in depth on this idea and relates it to John Wayne's films, because John Wayne always had some level of creative control over which films he would star in. Basically, in most of his films, he doesn't play a character, he plays John Wayne. And characters are written for John Wayne, because he's John fucking Wayne. And likewise, John Wayne generally has control of the camera and control of the audio track of any movie that he's in. When John Wayne is speaking, the focus is on John Wayne. And it rarely moves from him. Rarely does any antagonist or anyone else gain that kind of aura. And what we have here is a little taste of that kind of thing. When we got two events occurring on opposite ends of the boat. Thorfinn is on one end, or Thors is on one end of the boat, Bjorn is on the other. So Bjorn here finally awakens to his berserkerness and screams, while Thors is dispatching some rando, another soldier. But when Thors hits this random soldier, Bjorn's audio cuts out. He doesn't finish his scream. There's no natural fall off there. It's a hard cut between "ah" and "bam." Ugh. But the "ah" is close enough that it almost seems to be connected. And it almost is as though Thors is comedically punching the shit out of Bjorn and shutting him up. But he's not. He's on the opposite end of the boat. But that's the feeling that we get because he has control of Bjorn's ability to scream. It's kind of clever. You know? It's pretty cool. Okay, so Bjorn's a big bad boy. He's big and scary. And then he just kind of fucks him up a bit. And then, wait, doesn't he just eat him? No? I'm pretty sure I remember him just chucking him. Oh, yeah, okay. We just see him flying out of the sky. So it's just an implied eat. I'm okay with that. It works. Because following in his wake is the badass himself. We get Thorfinn's beautiful smile. How tragic. Gorgeous shot. Not gorgeous, but pretty cool. Get the OP, which as I said, I quite like. And... oh yeah, I wanted to mention this. That character. Gotta be a shield maiden of sorts, right? It's not a relative of theirs, is it? It's not the big sister that one guy was trying to date, right? Could be. Could be. Alright, we get this smirk. Oh god. So the setup is all here. The arrows, the arches on the cliff face. Everybody watching. We gotta put our lives in Tora's hands. And Tora's is thinking, oh, I could take care of these guys easy, but I have a handicap. My son is here, and there are all these other people that I have to protect. So he chooses to challenge him to a duel, and unfortunately, like, at this point, I'm immediately going, well, there's no honor among pirates. There's no way he's gonna follow through with his word on the duel. No chance. He wants Tora's dead. That's his goal. So if he loses, he's gonna kill him anyway. He has the means. They were just introduced to us up on the cliff, and sadly, that's exactly what happened. Now, they dragged it on, and I don't mean it in a bad way, but they dragged it on long enough that I did question myself a few times. I was like, oh, I guess maybe the archers aren't going to fire, or I guess maybe Ashlad has something else up his sleeve. Maybe his weapon is poisoned, or something like that. I expected after the first slash for him to go, ha ha ha, I've already won. But no, there's nothing so simple or trite here. It's actually quite well executed. So, okay, this is an interesting one. Why do you think I'm their leader? So when I first saw this, I took this as I'm their leader because I'm a schemer, right? Because it comes right after this moment of, like, honor. I will, you know, let's trust each other, whatever. But when he says, I smell it, and then later Ashlad is like, I smell it too. You're like me. I guess it's referring to capacity for killing. That's my guess. Seems to be as a direct response to Tora's challenge, like saying, are you sure you want to do that? You know why I'm these guys' leader, right? None of them can take me. So I'm guessing it's Tora's saying, I smell one of my own, a murderer. And that's how he sees himself, which is part of his character. It's an interesting part. All right, there's a leap. Yeah, okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then I want to look at the second leap, because there's another one. Yeah, all right, there it is. No, it's not. I thought they'd done something slightly tricky and just taken the same background shot and reversed it. But no, it's actually entirely unique. It's from the other angle, looking the other direction, because there's no big blockade of wood. So that's kind of cool. Okay, and then, yeah, we get the duel on the way. You're quick, I like smart men. It is Floki who caused this. Let us begin, and he just starts walking toward him. So, I thought at first that he was just gonna stop and let this drop in front of him, and it would just be like a badass moment. But goddamn, the execution on this disappearance here. We get this spinning slowly to static, and then it drops, and it's as though the top of it wipes him, but it's not. It's just that he's been removed from the frame. And there's enough time to register. We get a reaction from Thor's, and then we follow him through. So we get the moment of shock, and then we get to see the whole thing, so it's the best of both. It's lovely. And this is a pretty gorgeous set of keyframes. Now, big CGI camera movement to whoosh us underneath and then zoom us out. But all of the 2D lines up. It is a little bit odd that the 3D moves at 24 FPS. I mean, you can see it because in between each frame, the background moves. but he doesn't. And then actually here, we've got a section where they slowed down the frame rate. So there are two... So for this part, there's one frame in between where the background moves and he doesn't. So we're at 12 FPS on the keyframe. Move, 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 move. And now we've got 2 frames before he moves. So we're down a bit. Now we're down to 8 FPS. So we're animating on thirds, which slows down this portion of the strike. And I'll bet as he swings through. Oh, no, we cut. But then, yeah, once we're in action, we're moving at 12 again. And then, of course, 24 for applied effects, like the camera shakes and stuff. Pretty neat. All right. There's a lot of cleverness in here. Also pretty gorgeous. Lots of gorgeous stuff. Once Torres turns it on, man, the hype. The hype. And here we've got another example where we're using camera motion to accent the action. We come in as this strike connects. Boom. Bringing us close in with the 2 characters' faces, exactly how they would feel if they were swinging into one another and getting really close face to face. Suddenly, it's more claustrophobic and tense. And then they sweep through. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Awesome, awesome smears. Really cool stuff. I particularly like this particular impact. I think this is my favorite use of the slow-mo effect so far. It really, combined with the low-angle shot that we've got of Tor's, even though he's in an almost kneeling position, like, we're on the floor. Compared to this giant, this troll, what are we? He's a god. Respect. And then, of course, the final move that he makes here at the end with the allowing his sword to be broken so that he could bait Ashalad into a wide swing so that he could bop him on the elbow, grab his sword out of the air, and threaten him. Realistic? Nah. Awesome? Fuck yeah. I'm down. It's cool as hell. I can't believe I fell for it. Glorious. So then we get our back and forth. And at first he's like, I can't say that in front of my men. There's no way. And then an opportunity arises, thanks to Bjorn. He sort of seems to be stalling a little bit. But this answer that he gives, I must rely on a sword like this because I'm not good enough yet. Once I reach true mastery, I won't need a sword. And this is fascinating because it's one of the last things that he says in front of Thorfinn. So it's going to be, and Thorfinn doesn't understand it. He's not mature enough to. So it's going to be something that I assume, or I guess, that Thorfinn will mull over in his head as he goes on his own adventures and he sheds his own share of blood. I feel like he'll come at some point to understand what his father was talking about. And that's good stuff right there. That's that good stuff right there. That's what I like to see. Yeah. And it lands with Ashalad too. This moment when he offers him the leadership is interesting. Maybe he's a really good actor, but I don't get the feeling he was joking. I feel like he was really impressed by something that Tors said. Then he brushes it off. But this moment where he looks serious for a second before putting on the smile and laughing. It's strange. So then we get Bjorn inbound, threatens Thorfinn with his own knife. And shit's fucked now. And Ashalad's going, this is great. You're such a good man. You're too good for this. You think we're really gonna do that? No chance. I just wanted to mess with you. So we get a second threat. You broke the rules. I won this match. I don't give a shit. I'm trying to kill you. So he chucks the sword, putting his money where his mouth is, living by that ideal. And he grants him that last request. You won, but I'm victorious. And then the execution of this, he barely flinches. He just stands there. Again, an extreme low angle shot as the blood spreads across his clothing. I won this duel. You're going to follow what we said, and you're going to withdraw. Period. And he swears it. And his last thing he says to Leaf is, take my head to the leader of the Yums, whatever. What are they? Yums Vikings. Because otherwise retribution will come for the village. His last act is sacrifice. On layers and layers of sacrifice. Let that child go. And everyone on the other side is kind of in shock. They realize that they're witnessing the death of somebody amazing. Gorgeous cut here. Gorgeous cut there. It's worth more than 100 bratty kids like you. And then we get this classic white background. One interesting line that Ashalad said when Thor's first threatens him with the sword. He says, kill me. If you don't kill me, this duel will never end. And maybe this is off or a weird one, but the way that I read that is it's almost a prophecy. The duel isn't over. Not as long as Thorfinn is alive. The duel goes on, and Ashalad is the target. And I think he knows that. And I think that's what we see when he says, leave him. Just leave him be on the ship back there. Come to the stern. Leave him. He'll die soon anyway. I don't think for a second that Ashalad believes that. I think that Ashalad is allowing him to survive because he knows he'll kill him. I know it's weird, but that's what I think. It reminds me more than anything of something that Reinhard von Lohengram from Legend of the Galactic Heroes does. He says multiple times that if anyone wants to overthrow him and take his position as emperor, let them. That's the law of nature. That's the way it should be. If I'm dumb enough to let somebody kill me, I should die. And if they're good enough to execute such a plan, maybe they should be emperor. That's why I am emperor, you know? It's just the vibe I get. I don't know. Oh, I do want to, before we end, I want to mention once more that the voice acting here from Thorfinn's VA. That's some good shit right there. Who is that? I'm gonna look him up. Vinland Saga. Shizuka Ishigami. Oh, it's a she. Wow, I actually did not think that was a female actress. Or a female Seiyu. She has got hell of a range. Wow, that's awesome. What else has she done? She's Mito Ikumi. She's Leyer from Symphogear? I don't know. Oh wow, she's a bunch of voices in Saiki Kusuo. She voices Kusuke? She voices Kusuke. What? Oh, it might be Child Kusuke. That would make sense. Tia and Overlord. She voices Bruno in part 5? It's gotta be Child Bruno from the early episodes. Gotta be. Oh, she's Ayaka in Dumbbell this season. That's cool. Alright, and that's all I recognize, really. Oh, she's Ikuno in Darling in the Franxx as well. Wow, but voicing... Wow. That voice for Thorfinn is pretty fucking dope sauce McMuffins. That's my new thing right now. I'm just saying dope sauce McMuffins. I made it up about 30 minutes ago. Really fantastic. All right, so now the question is, where do we go from here? Thorfinn is now on board an empty ship being dragged behind his mortal enemy who just killed his father with no way to reach or contact or speak to any of the people he knows or is familiar with. And I assume that Ashalot is going to go and meet with Floki to claim his reward for killing his dad. So what happens? I feel like I remember getting a vibe like at some point Floki would end up being Thorfinn's like captain, and then he would come up under him. Oh wait, do we see that in the OP? I remember seeing that or hearing, maybe it was a spoiler comment that somebody made or something. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure we see him like with Floki in some way. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, no clue. All right. I don't know. So if that's the case, then I would guess that Ashalot like dumps him onto Floki, like, here, you deal with his son. Something like that. If that's the case, then, is Thorfinn aware of Floki's hand in this? Because if not, that could be a great thing down the line. And if so, that could also be a great thing down the line. Growing up, needing to survive, knowing that you're not strong enough to actually take out the target, and he knows it too, but he trains you anyway. That's an interesting little trope. That's a nice one. I like that one. Could be cool. But really, there's no point in speculating. This show has, with the exception of being able to predict the most predictable death ever, of course Thor's is dead. He has to die. It's necessary for the story. Like, from episode like 1.5. Absolutely necessary for the story. But besides that, I have been able to predict almost nothing of this show, which is a good thing. It's great. It means I get to be genuinely surprised by cool stuff. It's cool. So yeah, there's no point in trying to predict what happens next. Just looking forward to it. And with that, let's wrap it up. I've been Teeaboo. This has been Vinland Saga episode 4. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And as always, I hope to catch you next week in the next one. Peace.